We are here, people, with Miss Nene Boss, which is Kansas City's People Choice winner for Best Chef on the Mr. Moore podcast. Yay, welcome aboard.
Come on in.
Okay, so introduce yourself and tell people a little bit about yourself.
Perfect. I am Chef Green. I am the owner of Green Designs in Catering. I have been in business for almost 7 years as of April. As of right now, I do anything from weddings, baby showers, funerals, anything that you can think of, anything that requires food, we are there. Up to 300 people right now. We're local here in Kansas City, and we also go over to the Kansas side because we're licensed over there also.
And you also do pop-ups as well, right? For people that are individuals that can maybe get a plate.
I have. So lately the people have been mad at me. I have been busy, I promise. But I am trying to incorporate pop-ups back again at least once quarterly for my public. So I took on a contract. It's almost been about 2 years now, a government contract. So, which I do for Rediscover. I help the mental ill and drug abuse patients, feeding them Monday through Friday, lunch and dinner. So that's kind of have got into my time there for doing pop-ups. But I will be coming back. I promise. 2023, I said I will be coming back with pop-ups at least once quarterly to keep the public in tune, as well as still taking all of the public events on the weekends.
Interesting. And I was a customer, so.
Yes.
And I am a customer.
Seafood. Miss J wants some seafood and some smothered chicken.
Yes.
That's smothered chicken.
Banana pudding.
Yes.
Like almost everything
Pasta.
she makes. Yeah. It's like she can make a roach and I'll be like, sign me up. Sign me up.
We gonna season it up, flip it, grill it, flip it, serve it. No, we ain't serving no roaches, but you get the gist of it. You get the gist.
Yes. And then what made you want to get into business for yourself?
I would say as I got older, what made me want to get into business for myself is just like flexibility. I was working in insurance. I had been in insurance for probably about 6 or 7 years. After I got out of high school, I was doing like health insurance, medical field, and just the flexibility of having to take PTO when I was doing my business on the side. And I realized that I'm taking off work to go make money somewhere else. And if I can do this, 3 days out the week, twice out the week, I can do it every day. So why not go into business for myself? So I got pregnant about 3 years ago. I had a high-risk pregnancy the whole time with Jewel, little Jewel, boy, my little sunshine, little sour patch. About 3 years ago, I had a high-risk pregnancy, so I was going to get iron infusions about 2 to 3 times a week. I was taking a lot of time off work, and as well as trying to do pop-ups and, give back in with my business. So I ended up taking that opportunity to go ahead and quit work and allow myself to push my business full time and just hit the ground running. And then COVID came. COVID came like literally 4 months after I had went in business for myself. So COVID ended up coming, and I was just like, what am I gonna do? I don't have a check, blah blah blah. But COVID was probably the best thing that has ever happened. All of the restaurants closed. So what are people gonna do? They're looking for pop-ups. They're looking for plates. They're looking for homemade food still. So COVID honestly was probably one of the best times, I would say, as far as business, before I went corporate, in order to make money, I guess, in the city and kind of get back. And then I met a lot of new customers and stuff because all of these big names were shut down and the city was closed. But I was still pushing out places with that drive-through. Get that going.
And what would you say to people who would like to try to get into business for themselves and really don't know how? Can you tell them a little bit about the low experiences and how you kept moving forward and where you're at right now with it?
Yeah, God, it ain't nothing but God. It ain't nothing but faith in God. A faith of a mustard seed will take you far, far, far. Prayer. That's your base. That's your baseline, of course. And then you got to understand, not every day is going to be a good day. We're going to have bad days. We're going to have days where we're like, where's our next check coming from? How are we going to pay this bill? But you can't pray about it if you're going to worry about it. And that's one thing with me. Like, I know God, I play about it all the time, but I be like, I'm God's favorite. Because every single time, he going to make something pop for me. So I would honestly say, take your time. People are gonna hype you up all day. You can do this every day. You can do this every day of the week. But when you open that restaurant, when you open that eyelash studio, when you open that business, are they gonna be there to support you the whole time that they pushed you to jump out there on faith? Because you have those people that'll push you. Why you haven't got a restaurant yet? They come to me all the time. I don't want a restaurant. I tell people every single day of the week, I do not want a restaurant. I do not want the overhead. I don't want to pay for it. I don't want any of that. I always wanted a food truck. Coming soon. I promise. Coming soon. That's something else. But I just want something that I can always have my hands in. I don't want anything to get too big where I'm not in it. And I mean, you know personally, I have to be in everything. Yes. Like, if I'm sending out orders, I want to see before they go out to make sure that everything is correct. Yes. I never want to have 10 people below me working and I never seen or knew what was going on there. So definitely just keep faith, keep God, go at your own pace, take it slowly, and then do everything legit. Just be legit. Like, you don't want to have to look over your shoulder for anything, for whoever might be coming in the door, your licenses, pay your taxes. Do all that stuff and then do right by people. Yes. Customers are going to come back. Customer retention. I can get the initial first sale. Anybody can get that first sale. First sale ain't nothing. Oh, I'm trying it out. I supported a black business. I supported local. Whatever it may be. Go ahead. You want to get them to come back though. So we got to get customer retention. Like, what can I do to make them come back? Customer service is always going to be number one. And that's one thing I've always strived with. I make every experience personable. You know, I'm very flexible with everything that I do as well.
Right.
So, I would probably say, yeah, some of those are probably the major things I would say starting out.
So don't make it about money. Make it be like your passion.
Your passion. Don't jump in because everybody is doing lashes, so now I want to go do lashes. Everybody's doing treats, now I want to go do treats. Everybody's cooking, I want to go cook. What's your passion? What's your talent? What do you find that you do best in? And what do you enjoy to do? Because honestly, if you get into it all about money, you're never gonna make it. You're gonna get all the money, and what you gonna do?
Yeah, you're
not gonna be happy.
Yeah.
So now I got all this money, but I'm not happy. So what we gonna do? Go buy some jewelry, go buy some chains, go buy some shoes, some red bottoms. But you look good, but are you happy? What's on the inside? Are you happy? You're not. So I feel like go with whatever your passion is, and not everybody is meant to be a business owner. That's another thing. We cannot all be business owners because who are we gonna employ? Like, who are we going to employ? I have to have employees. I have to have a staff. So we can't all be business owners. Not everybody can be the boss.
True.
You know, so we got to work it out. So that's another thing. You know, we got to realize our position. we got to know our position in life sometimes.
And then not only that, with your kids, you're doing this with babies.
With kids, with crazy, wonderful, amazing kids. Let's say that. I do. I have a 6-year-old daughter, Rylan. She'll be 7 in April. She was my main start of this. I was on maternity leave when I started my business. April 25th, 2016 is when I officially went into business and sold my first plate. Actually, and Lord, I was selling ribeyes. I sold a ribeye, a baked potato, ribeye, baked potato. It was some type of vegetable, a drink, and a piece of cake. Girl, $10.
Ooh.
Ribeyes that I had cut at the butcher at the shop right there, right Tampa Road. Ribeyes, $10. You could never, ever get another $10 ribeye meal from me again. Ever. The price has gone up. The price has gone
doubled.
up. It's double, triple, quadruple. It's went up. I would never sell that again for that price. But just that's where I started at 7 years ago. So Rylan is she'll be 7 here in April. She was my main thing. I was on maternity leave. I was working at a temp agency. I didn't have any income. What can I do to get some income? My talent is food. I've always loved food. I'm the oldest of 5. So I've always loved to cook and be in the kitchen. So that was my main reason, I guess I would say. I was on maternity leave and I needed some money. I was just like, I got to do this, and this is what I like to do. And I never stopped. I was in the barbershop. People know me from back in the day. I was in the barbershop with coolers, all of that, selling plates. I was pushing regular paper flyers before everything became so digital with this. And then I have little Jewel McCoy, who is 3 years old. She is my Sour Patch Kid. She is definitely always by me in that kitchen. So I hope at least one of them take up some of the cooking. Right. Yeah. Hopefully one of them do, but I am. I'm actually launching a vending machine business for the girls, which will probably come by the end of the year. We started working on that, so the girls will have vending machines, which will be the jewelry box. Jewel and Rod put together makes jewelry, and that's what I always, refer to them as my jewelry pieces. So we will have vending machines, but they won't be like your regular vending machines that you see every day. I promise. It'll be something a little different. A jewelry box with some goodies and some diamonds in it.
I can't wait to see.
I promise. So that'll come. So that'll be the girls' business that I'll pass on.
And another thing that I noticed about you is that you would give your daughters roses or flowers pretty much every week.
Yes, I do. So I always wanted my girls to know, like, when they get older, a man ain't just gonna be able to get them the crab legs and be like, this is what you're gonna do, this is this, and, I didn't want that to all them, because it's so much more. And then also another thing with the flowers, we water them, we watch them grow, we watch them, well, let's say bloom, because they're already grown. So we watch them bloom and open up, and then we watch them die. So we have to have a conversation about that with my girls. So what just happened?
Yeah.
So we kind of talk about those things, and that's just more on a mental note for my girls, build up their mental, as young queens, young princesses growing into queens. I just want them to know that they're loved, of course, and then I like for them to see, like, the nature of life as well.
Awesome.
I do. So that is something that I do for my girls. I buy them a bouquet every week that they do not care about, that they run the house and say, thank you, mama. Some more flowers. But one day they will look back and they will be like, my mama always bought me flowers. This boy just came here with some flowers. Okay, you got me some flowers. Like, it's not going to all them. The crab legs, they've been gnawing on them since they was 6 months. You ain't gonna be able to take that baby to a crab leg dinner and think, oh, this is it. Like, nah, you gotta come a little harder. And they daddy don't play. So he's real in tune with them girls and treating them as freaking princess spoiled brats.
That's what they need.
So they will definitely be something to reckon with. So y'all kids, y'all little sons ain't gonna be able to get these two. They gonna be higher value, I promise.
So let me ask you this. Have you ever thought about maybe writing a cookbook or anything like that, or is that like a lot of people like have recipes that's like, this is my grandmother's recipe, or this is my mom's recipe, it's a secret recipe. Have you thought about maybe?
So I have in the past. So people have came to me multiple times like, you should write a cookbook, a basic cookbook, blah blah blah. And so I don't think I want to go the cookbook route, because if you know me and you've ever seen me in the kitchen behind the scenes, I do like the grandma. Just give me a little of that, taste it. I need that, pinch it. And I'm more so that. So for me to probably have to sit down and really measure out everything and write a recipe, it would probably take a lot. I mean, I could probably do something short and simple, maybe like a 15-page or something small for people, which that may be in my future. But